Osprey. Let me listen.
Yay.
Which says revive.
I hear myself, and that's the only thing that matters. I think we're good.
Wow. Way to go.
That's all that matters.
He knows who's the star of this show.
I can also now confirm I hear everyone else's groans and responses.
Yeah.
So we're good. Welcome, party people, and the place to be.
And as usual, I can't see chat, so I'll just have to.
I'll man it with how many hunters we've got. I can spend a little bit of time just watching chat when we do our socials. But yeah, Osprey, you want to kick us off?
Looks like we're doing the Thunderous Troublemaker. Fulgur Anjanath? Don't know what that means, but alright.
Lightning dinosaur.
Oh.
It's an Anjanath, that's Fulgur. I don't know what that means either.
So we've got plenty of hunters tonight. We're actually going to probably all in the same lobby. We're going to be doing 2 hunting groups. So Osprey, hopefully, I actually didn't confirm. Yeah, the lobby code is up top. So you can come join. I think starting out, Razor, you are not quite master rank yet, right?
No, I'm still stuck on like 6-star, I think.
So if Tom, Black Knight, and Osprey want to go hunt Fulgur Anjanath and make the thumbnail come true, I'll smurf up Razor Beast a little bit and just enjoy the big numbers from my master rank greatsword.
I can't remember what the other one is on the left. Something or other. Meh,
What?
I'll figure it out. On the thumbnail. It's Fulgur and something else. Doesn't matter.
Oh, Glavenus, acidic Glavenus.
That's right.
I'm doing a really tedious mission right now where I gotta hunt for these tracks for Rathian.
Oh, in that case, I will not be helping you. And
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh, you were doing something annoying? Nah, no.
Well,
You
it's
gotta do
something.
that yourself.
It's something
Oh my God!
that.
Remember Randy Jackson? What happened to him?
I don't know who that is.
The guy from American Idol, Randy Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
did you never watch American Idol?
No, I'm
No.
not. I'm not one
I
for
didn't, but I
reality
knew him from all
television.
the memes and stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be a no for me, dog. That's all he would say, and people lost.
Oh
their
yeah,
mind.
okay. I do remember that meme. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Razor. I think unfortunately the track missions no one can actually help you in.
That's fine. I'm almost done with it, so you guys go ahead and go do what you need to do.
Yee. Waiting for people.
Yep.
So over the weekend I finished up the Mass Effect trilogy. The only
Nice.
person, the only
Holy
pe-
cow!
Yeah, I have too much free time. I'm still on break for the next week.
Bro.
I mean, it's not
Oh,
that
that
long of
makes
a game
sense.
if you really think about it.
No, but he was just talking about like starting one a week ago.
That is true, but it was a good game. I had a lot of free time, so I used it.
Well,
Nice.
I
Legit.
guess everybody in this lobby has anybody not played it.
Osprey, you played, right?
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to know before I started talking about it.
The only 2 people that are, yeah, fuck it. The only 2 people that ended up dying were Miranda and Legion.
Not bad.
Could you let
Legion,
Miranda
no.
not do the bitch?
Who did you just sacrifice in the first one? Alice?
Ashley
or...
and Ashley.
Okay.
I
Am I the
cannot
only one here that
sacrifice
hates
Ashley.
Miranda?
No,
I
Miranda's
didn't care for her.
not.
I hate
Yeah,
her
I'm not-
attitude. Everything else is nice.
I'm not a fan of Miranda.
Yeah, I just don't
Yeah.
like
I don't
the whole. I'm
I don't
perfect
think I
in every way.
hated-
I'm like,
Yeah,
bitch, no, you ain't.
the first 2 games aren't really that long. It's just the third one's that's the longest one.
Especially if you want to try all 3 endings. Well,
Yep.
all 3 original endings, I should say.
Original.
Fun caveat.
I turned around and shot the MacGuffin the first time, so I didn't technically pick any of the 3 original endings. I just turned around, shot the MacGuffin to see what would happen.
Oh, you might need to explain to me. I don't remember that being a thing when I played.
Yeah, all I remember is the 3 options of
Yeah,
be it choosing humans, choosing the robots, or choosing both. I don't know.
yeah. There was one that the thing that explains it, the thing that explains the options to you. You could, at least when I did it, you could turn around and shoot it. So that's an ending.
I wonder if it's something that's been added for the legendary, because you got the
Yeah, it was
legendary.
added.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's like
the
a couple
enhanced-
more endings.
The original
but-
one, the enhanced cut or whatever it was called from
Legendary.
whatever it is. Anyway, yeah. Only
What is
3
it? Which-
people. I got everyone through except for 3 people, one of which was destined to die. May it rest in peace.
Which way did you
So-
go, Paragon or Renegade?
A bit of both, but mostly Paragon.
Nice.
Oh, come on, Renegades for life.
I mean,
Nope.
I pushed a guy out the window.
Chaos in the
ME2.
universe.
I pushed a guy out the window in ME2, so
I
Ow,
played
still.
Paragon mostly, but if I'm remembering right, I feel like the Renegade ending was actually the best ending. That's the only one where you actually permanently defeat the Reapers, right? Or am I mixing things up?
it
I don't remember, honestly. It's been years.
All I remember with the endings is that no
What
matter which
there
one you
is-
choose, the Master Relay got destroyed.
Yeah, no, whichever one you choose, it's all fucked anyway. But the one to destroy the Reapers is that's just a basic option. There's
Oh.
nothing
Oh.
Paragon or Renegade related about that, which is what everyone hates
Black
about
Knight,
it.
are you ready to go hunt?
Yes, I am.
So, I found a way to see chat. I pulled up Twitch on my phone. Hi, Boom Hudshot. Hi, Cheryl. How's it going?
Hello, everybody. Hi, chat. Well, fuck me. I'm gonna need to step out for a second because Hannah's not home, and our Grubhub order is here. So you're gonna be 3-manning this.
All
But
right.
we got a bunch of people in the voice chat tonight, so Tom and I are gonna be herding cats as best as possible. I guess starting out, Osprey, your POV. We're all watching you right now. You want to talk about how your week has been going?
I fell off a ladder. So work has these stair ladder things, and I was carrying a case of wine down the ladder, and I stepped wrong on my ankle and basically went tumbling backwards, hit my head against the shelf behind me, and then landed with my back on the floor and a case of wine on my left arm, and somehow the only injury I have is a sprained ankle. So I've been trying not to push it too much this week, but I'm bad at not like trying to just do things myself if something is wrong. So like if I'm like, oh, I want this thing, I have this tendency to just be like, oh, I should just go grab that. And I'm not very good at just like laying down and relaxing.
You know, the number one thing they usually just prescribe you to do.
Yeah,
I
keep
was-
it elevated, keep it ice, and stay the fuck off of it.
Well, they did give me some exercises to do because they're finding doing a little bit with it actually helps it heal a little better.
Oh, look at that.
The one problem is they didn't, when they were like, let pain be your guide, they didn't specify anything beyond that, and I'm not fully sure what they meant. And I don't
If it
have.
starts really hurting, stop doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Are you able to put weight on it?
Yeah. If
You're
I
not that
do-
bad off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I do too much, it starts to hurt.
Yeah, it's just irritation.
Yeah. Like, it was a minor sprain, but I've also never sprained anything before, so this was a brand new experience.
Yeah, I'm a big guy, so I sprain my ankles all the time.
Is everybody, like, spraining ankles left and right?
No, it happens.
Can't remember the last time I've sprained an ankle. Like sprained it and known it was a sprain versus just
Oh, my foot's swollen. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the weird part for me. I've never, like, really been in that position. And I did gymnastics growing up.
So wait, you never hurt yourself doing gymnastics, but you did hurt yourself doing this.
Yes. I also never hurt myself doing taekwondo.
Huh.
I guess if the more physically active you are, it's probably a lot like harder to become like injured. I mean, like obviously those things are like prone for injury, but I feel like I feel the most at risk for like self-injury, like when I'm like not doing anything physical. Like if I have like a sedentary lifestyle, I'm just like, oh, everything hurts all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, but I really enjoy Lance in World more so than I do in Rise.
What's the special move that Lance has?
It's got a grappling hook on it. Or
Oh,
it's
yeah, like separate from the...
That's the one you could jump around with too, right?
Right.
Yeah, kinda.
I like the charge axe so far. My favorite one.
Yeah, that one's always fun.
Which with the charge blade
Or
or the...
the blade or the axe?
The axe.
It's funny because they're reversed. Like, charge blade is mostly used for axe form and vice versa for switch axe.
And
Yeah.
Switch axe is for blade.
Yeah, I like it because it has a good AoE swing to it, but it's not like so freaking slow that I want to hurt myself.
Yeah, with the timing of
Don't
the...
disrespect the great sword like that.
whatever you call that elemental discharge thing, it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, World has the chainsaw version in Iceborne, which I love.
It,
Once you
Rise
just
knows
do-
Gooby you can use both in World.
Yeah. We've got a great sword, gun lance, dual blades. And
Hey!
I can't see the icon.
The regular
oh,
lance.
Nice.
All right, I'm back.
Dual
I've-
lance.
I
I've-
see you have failed to actually complete the hunt before I got back. I'm extremely disappointed.
Well, I got literally stabbed in the back by somebody's lance as I was about to start sharpening. Like
Sounds about
literally
right.
knocked me over
Yep.
as I was about to start sharpening. I was like, "Hey!"
Lance Gaming.
Doesn't does flinch free prevent it?
Yes,
from
it does.
teammates? Oh, okay.
But it's like flinch free 2 or 3 or something.
See, Rise is so nice when it's just flinch free 1. Just stick that shit on everything.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna do away with it later. Because,
What, flinch free?
yeah, and like make like
Just
the,
make it so that you
from-
do-
Just
There's
make it
no
so we
friendly
actually have
fire?
to make it
Yeah,
so
at
we
least
have
for, like,
to
the
relearn
friendly fire.
positioning again.
No, I don't think they'd go that
What?
direction. I think if they got rid of flinch free, they would just make it so it doesn't matter because everyone's gonna have it by default.
At least on the friendly side, I could see that.
Yeah.
Probably talked about it before, but did we talk about like what if they brought like a different hunting like quest type where it's like
Okay, how did I
all
do that?
Do what?
I did a thing where I just kind of went down the back of the Anjanath.
Yeah, that's
run
my
up the
favorite thing
slope.
to do with dual blades.
Run up the slope, slide down,
Uh,
hit the attack button.
Yeah, if you go down a slope, like if you try to run down it and you do like a slide instead, you can I think you hit B or A or something.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
You missed it, but
It's
That's how
I
you
don't know
do it,
what
yeah.
the exact trigger for it is, but yeah,
it's
you do
I
it.
getting
started
above
it.
it.
I started it.
Getting above it, and then just attacking midair.
It's yeah, it's like if you've ever played like bowgun and like how they tell you to use piercing on like the when the monster has like the biggest length in front of you, it's kind of like that. If they move while you start it, it can like just cancel it. So you just do like one hit and then you just sort of fly away. Oh, Ratha, hello. Yeah, and who day after Monday night?
Yeah,
Cool
good.
day.
That was a game. That was something. Hi, hello.
Not necessarily a perfect game, but
No, but I mean,
win
The
is a
second
win.
half was a horror to watch.
What game?
Bengals Ravens,
Bengals.
and we're doing part 2 next weekend.
Oh, we're playing them again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why, like, people were upset that even though we're AFC champs, we didn't get home field advantage automatically because of the canceled game.
Sports games, okay.
Oh.
Oh, sport.
No, I just don't keep up with sports that much.
It's just
Oh,
like
yeah,
Madden
it's-
Black Knight, you know, a video game.
Yeah.
The one that everyone loves.
Yeah.
and
But
cherishes.
speaking of
Football's
sports,
Anyway.
unless
And
I
then we start
unless I
crying
missed
because our
it,
team is losing.
I'm so sorry, I
Ah!
can't
Tom,
stop.
what's the latest on the new baseball season?
It's funny you mentioned that, Cameron. I'm looking at that right now. Since I'm on mod duty, I've been
Baseball?
watching it. It's been good. It's the first time back in like I think a year, if not a year. A lot
What's-
of the like really complicated features that were hard to explain is gone. It's kind of back to basics, but it's been really good. The site has new UI. All the same teams are back, but all the players got switched up, so everyone's kind of feeling out all the new players and all the new teams. So it's been fun. A lot of camaraderie in the Discord.
Baseball?
Yeah, so I probably mentioned it on stream like a year or two ago, but for anyone that does not know about the cultural event that is Baseball, the quick way to sum it up.
BL. Can you spell it real quick?
Yeah, so it's like the sport baseball, but with an L after the B. Baseball is succinctly but not accurately simulated Eldritch Horror baseball.
What?
And it is essentially not really a game as much as it is like it's a bunch of these like text tickers with graphics that are basically a bunch of different like baseball games happening at the same time. The difference with baseball is like supernatural elements are involved. So like there's like this API that like runs all these different simulated baseball games, and all these randomized players with randomized names have different stats. And people will watch the games and they can bet fake money, not real money, on different teams and at one point different players. And as you get money, you can spend them on votes. Every Sunday, the community comes together to vote on different things that happen in the game. So like, for instance, my team might vote for like, hey, we voted the most for this thing that lets us switch our worst batter with the best batter in the league. Or you can vote for things like really esoteric things, like peanuts was one, and they don't explain what it is, which ended up adding a new like weather type to the game. That it's really convoluted. It's kind of like trying to explain Dwarf Fortress, but essentially it is simulated baseball that people observe, and they get together in groups and talk about strategy. But it's really more about the fun of the chaos of having all these different, like, quote-unquote teams play against each other. Things happen, like players get incinerated, black
Is it like
holes
Blood
open.
Bowl at all, or what?
In spirit, yeah. It kind of like that. Like, you're not actually playing. Like, when you join the website, like, you pick a team, and you get, like, you're essentially, like, a fan of that team. I mean, you can watch all the games at once if they're all on the same page, but it's more...
Nate's here.
Hey guys.
Hey!
What's happening?
You missed it. Someone was asking about what baseball is. Back to
Oh, I love baseball. Yeah.
Is it supposed to be? I guess answer me this, Tom, because I still haven't gotten. I've looked at the website. I've followed it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten a good feel on the like the tone. Is it supposed to? When you say Eldritch Horror, is that in a sense of like a comedic sense of absurdity, or is it more like creepypasta?
I got a
like
sense of like a Rick
absurd.
and Morty type of like
Yeah, sort
Yeah.
of. It doesn't like
a little bit more closer to that than like Lovecraft.
there's no real like narrative to it, so to speak. It is more about like the absurd part. So like for a while there was like blood rain was like a type of weather. So every time like the system randomizes games, it'll randomize like the weather that happens. And so for a while there was like a thing that would happen where it's like there's like a 20% chance that a game for your team will have a black hole as part of the weather. And what that means, like they don't explain this to the people that like watch the games. What that means is players figure this out by just like statistics and figuring out through like the HTML. But what that means is the umpire that watches the game has a chance to incinerate a random player, which means that player dies. So when people figured that out, they thought, oh shit, if there's a black hole for this next game, we have a chance of losing a player, so we should vote for some decree that lets us protect our players from that. But it's not explained well on purpose. Like, the whole point of it is supposed to be chaotic. You can't really like win the game. It's not about winning. It's more about like the fun.
But the friends you make
chaos.
along the way.
Yeah, and you try to improve your team, but also
Now you're crushed down to a singularity.
Exactly. Yeah. Honestly, the Wikipedia entry for Blaseball explains it probably a lot better. But essentially, the way it works is every week is a new season, and every hour at the top of the hour is a new game. And every team plays a game at the exact same time, every hour on the hour for, I guess now it's 24 hours. And
Is this 24 hours now?
Apparently, that's what someone said, but I don't know if
That's a
true.
lot of games, man.
Well, it used to be like 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And so what happens is they play these games from Monday through Friday, and then the postseason happens on Saturday. And then a champion is crowned based on whoever wins, and then Sunday is the voting day where no games are played, but everyone, all the votes are tallied up, and then whoever voted for which decree is then given that decree.
Rules only change in between seasons.
Yes. And so the fun of
Gotcha.
baseball in the past...
Oh, those
2020
chips sound
was
good.
all this random shit would happen.
Sorry.
People were like, well, we're trying to make a team, but we don't know how to really do that.
Oh, slight tangent. Nate, did you hear that I
Yes.
sprained my ankle?
No, I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
How many ninjas were you fighting?
Don't know. I tripped and fell off a ladder.
Exactly,
They were
they're
really
ninjas. You
stealthy
didn't know they were
ninjas.
there.
Yeah.
Yep. So you might find this particularly face-palmy. So when I went to the urgent care, because this happened at work, I was pretty much like I went to the doctor and it's like, yeah, it's sprained, and I've never sprained anything, but either way. They gave me a little pamphlet with some exercises, and all they said for how much to do was, like, they gave a general amount to do, but they kept being like, let pain be your guide, and I'm like, okay, but how much pain? Like, how far do I push this?
Yeah. Okay, so typically, when I work with patients that have like a certain amount of standing pain or fluctuating pain depending on the injury, if it intensifies with activity, you definitely want to limit your time. If it's just kind of a standing pain, then and it doesn't really fluctuate all that much, then I think you're probably fine. It's just sore. But if it does fluctuate, I wouldn't go over like a 7 out of
Okay.
10.
Okay.
Because like your body will remember that. Like it's also about inflammation too, and even if it doesn't like intense, like if it doesn't like re-break or re-tear, whatever it is, if it's inflamed after you're done, like it's swollen, your body will remember that inflammation. Inflammation over a long period of time and repetition, like in and out in the same spot over and over again, causes permanent damage after a while,
Okay.
like scar tissue buildup and bad vascularity of the area, that kind of thing. Now that takes a while, but
Yeah.
like don't over that. But that's what I'm saying. Don't overdo it, and don't keep redoing it if it gets pissed off at you when you're done.
Okay. Yeah, I
Either
was.
back it down less or hold off for a little longer before you start.
Yeah, I thought you might find it particularly facepalmy at how little instruction I was given when I went home, because yeah, well, and they didn't tell me how to rewrap my foot. They were like,
well,
here's the air cast and the bandage, and they're like, you might have to take it off sometimes for things. Just put it back on when you need it. And
Oh, I do want to cut in real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
While Nate is in fact a trained medical professional, this stream is
Is
not
not
in
Yeah,
any
no.
for that.
way
yeah,
medical
no.
advice.
I-
And
I'm-
so,
I am
if you're-
a former medical professional. I used to work in physical therapy, but I
Yes.
am no way giving out advice right now to you.
Yes.
This is just stuff that I have found
Yeah.
anecdotally.
Yes.
and I
TM.
I was mostly
TM.
sharing this
CR.
with Nate because I thought Nate in particular would
Oh yeah.
get a certain
No,
amount of
that's
face
fine,
palm
that's
out of.
I'm all over that.
That's no. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. It's just chat asked a question. And I wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah. Is someone a doctor?
Oh,
Hell no.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
nope.
I am not.
Is there a doctor on stream?
Yeah.
No.
But we know how to pretend to be one.
Exactly.
How many people we got in the lobby now? How do I check?
Player lists?
Yeah.
Go to start.
Yeah, I'm in a
I think it's
cutscene,
like
so.
on the right.
Oh, while we're waiting, then do we
Yeah.
want to send a hunting party out Razor Beast? Are you got your next hunt?
Yep, I just got done killing an Anjanath, whatever you want to call it again.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Angie.
Yeah.
Angie,
This
Angie.
time it's in the desert for I don't know what reason.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of that throughout the game, where you'll see a
It
lot of
is
monsters
Matt Mercer.
in
He's the son of the Captain Man, who is also a voice act. Yeah, Matt Mercer, the guy with the ponytail.
Is
Mhm.
is
Like,
Really?
Yeah, the spiky hair. That's Matt Mercer.
Yeah.
is that true
The one
for
with
the
big,
German
with the big
version?
jawbone.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the channel earlier, or on the Discord. We were talking
Yeah.
about that. He's Matt Mercer, and the guy that does the leader of the group. He's the guy that does Garen off of League of Legends.
So
Also, as he's what is it? He does a character in Fate Zero. He's Iskander the Great.
I'm
or whatever.
assuming the voice actor is not the same for the German translation, but
Probably not.
normally it's Matt Mercer.
Yes.
yeah, so
I guess normal isn't the
The
right
English
word. In
speaker.
English, yeah.
yeah,
I
so
The people who talk normal.
Yeah.
so the
Wow,
So-
he just lost all their subscribers.
the only reason, like, so the reason I put my audio in German for this game is because I've been trying to learn German, and hearing it more is good.
Oh, absolutely.
I will be doing some more in-depth study when I get to fall quarter, when I start
Mhm.
school. Well, I'll hopefully be starting school next quarter. But
I
fall
found
is
it to be
when
very helpful.
Yeah.
What is it? In what is it, high school or something? We watched Toy Story in Spanish, and even after an hour of it, when I walked out of the out in the hallway, my brain did not switch back over to English right away. I was like, I didn't understand what people
Yeah.
were selling me for about 30,
We did
40
that with the
seconds.
Incredibles. I
Yeah.
remember that. I walked out. I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, this is weird. So yeah, I think listening in a language you're trying to learn, I mean, beyond the obvious, it does have some effects.
yeah,
I have a horrible ear for other languages.
I
Well,
noticed.
All I know,
sometimes
if it's aggressive, it's most likely German.
I have noticed that a surprising amount of German is spoken in the very front of the mouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I would have thought it'd be the exact opposite.
Well, Nate,
That's
it's
like a
Germans.
few
They're always on a
sounds.
schedule. They don't have time to get the sound from the back of the mouth. It's so much more efficient from the front.
Spoken like a true engineer.
My God.
so does anybody have a preference on Ebony Odogaron or Acidic Glavenus?
Acidic Glavenus is the one that's on the thumbnail.
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
got to get like
I like
one
Acidic
done.
Gladness.
Yeah, let's get that
Normally.
one done.
All this
He's not that
obsession
bad
with
either.
making the thumbnails come true.
Oh yeah.
That's Cameron for you. Dun dun dun.
Eh.
I have to
Alright.
get to a certain point first, apparently.
Oh yeah, cutscenes. Yep.
Razor Beast, did you post your quest yet?
I haven't got to it yet. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. No worries. We got some time.
Both of these guys are pushovers anyway.
I'm just seeing if I can upgrade anything in the workshop yet.
I know I had to step away. I don't know. Did we finish doing week recaps or Nate?
don't know.
Have you
I
done?
don't
You
I
haven't
think
done
we've
yours.
done
yet.
recaps yet.
Like what, weekend recaps or what?
Yeah, since the last time you were hunting
No,
with us.
on here. Yeah. Shit. When was that? I mean, what the fuck
Was
happened?
many moons ago.
Yeah.
Well,
this
yeah,
was
since the
a
last time you
couple weeks.
streamed, you were on Elden Ring.
Oh yeah. So yeah, was it Elden Ring last week was fun. We got tying up some loose ends there. Over the weekend, I had my first company holiday party.
Nice. How'd that
which
go?
it was cool. We had there's this place called the Huckleberry House, and it's this German restaurant that's over by the river. And we just had the place to ourselves, and they hired some murder mystery actors, and we had to do some audience participation, character like role play as well. unfortunately, Abby was chosen to be a character, and like improvisation and performing stuff, that is not her thing. Like, it's not something she really likes to do very much. And so, of course, she was chosen to be a character. And then it just also turns out that her character was the one who murdered everything, so she had to stay up there longer than everybody else.
Oh no.
So it's like
Kind
she's
of
like,
her
"Oh,
worst
this is my nightmare. I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
up. Great, you know." So like, it's so not her thing, and I felt so bad for her. I wanted to switch places, but she did great. She played along. She was really great. Everybody liked it, so very proud of her for dealing with that situation. But yeah, we'll bear that in mind next time we go to an office party that has something going on. How to or how not to get involved. So,
Yeah,
you know.
maybe find out when
Let's see.
volunteers are going to be chosen and like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, oddly enough, right
Yeah.
now.
Honestly, it's because she was sitting at the end of the table and she was just easier to hand stuff to. So from now on, I will sit at the end of the table if it's the situation.
I'm going through chat real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ratha
This
says
is
you went
a-
to the sign museum, Cameron.
Who day? Yes. Yeah. So for those that know, you know, the Sign Museum is pretty sweet.
It's cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
I went
Which
there
one?
for
Josai?
No.
Cincinnati Sign Museum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like if you got like an hour or two to burn, you could spend it there.
I don't know if it maybe an hour. It's
Yeah, I'd
small,
say
but it's a
pretty
neat
small.
little. It's a fun like place
Yeah.
for, like Nate was saying, like a holiday party thing.
Yeah, it would be
Um,
fun.
Oh, I can't join either of these quests. All right.
Well, because it's all cutscenes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're waiting for me to do the cutscenes or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
Either one. Boom headshot. Yes, North Dakota is still flat, although right now it's a little bit more hilly because there's extra snow. We've had it since.
Oh, that's right. Where you guys
Oc-
live, it snows.
Oh my God, yeah. I am more north than my cousin who lives in Toronto.
Ooh.
How
By a
bad was it
fair
up there?
margin. Let's see. We got a blizzard back in like mid-November. That was about 2.5 feet. We've had 2 or 3 more since then. None of the snow has melted away. And the roads are basically like the main roads are fine now. Like they've had enough time to go over them, but like side roads, there's just like this base layer of snow and compressed ice and whatever that just isn't going to go away till it melts. Which we every 2.5 weeks we get a day that is like 33 degrees, 35 degrees, which then means that I can walk outside in short sleeves. So
Yeah, we
I'm
went
so happy I'm-
from like -10 to 60.
oh yeah, no, seriously, we had cold snap up here where like cruising speed was like -15. With wind chill, it was like -30, 40. And we had issues from the government saying, don't be outside longer than 5 minutes because then, with exposed skin, because then frostbite's going to start setting in.
Oh, fun.
So, like, yeah, it was rough. It was real rough. Our windows were frozen shut.
Hmm.
Well, I guess that's one way
So-
to keep things.
Yeah, you staying home today. But yeah, anyway. Cheryl, yeah, D&D stuff. Let's see. Did we play any? We didn't play any D&D this.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Um,
Okay.
So I guess I'm gonna confront the elephant in the room. Yes.
Yes.
The rumor abounds.
OGL.
Is the OGL is dead.
God, I'm
Um,
so fucking pissed off
again-
about that. Disappointed.
If it is true, and it's increasingly looking like it is true, I think not only is it a short-sighted decision
It really
that's
is.
going to hurt them in the end, it's going to hurt the larger community. I think we're going to see maybe a bit of a lull, but the people that I care about in the individual design space, I think will figure out what to do without leaning on the OGL. And in a lot of ways, I feel like this OGL is like this sword of Damocles that now that it's been threatened, right, it's going to hang over everyone's head forever. So even if they're not getting rid of it, its value has greatly diminished.
Yeah, people are going to start shifting away probably
Yes.
creating their own spaces. I guess this will decentralize the tabletop community from D&D and start branching onto other things, which, I mean, from a variety standpoint, I think might be healthy in some degrees. But I am sorry and sad to see that they are pulling this scummy business bullshit. And
it's not going to stop me from playing 5th edition. We'll see what the final verdict is on what ends up happening.
Because even you have to sign stuff even if you're non-commercial. I imagine if they ever found out about Avernus Diaries, I would have to sign something.
No, because that's considered a fan work. There's another separate
As long
thing.
as it's not monetary, they don't care about it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is a commercial and non-commercial issue. They will find you.
Just letting this kaiju battle go on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm watching one on stream. It's Acidic Glavenus versus
bunch of Gyros, I think.
Great Gyros. What's yours, Razor?
Legionos versus a Rathian, Purple Rathian.
Yeah, I just jumped into his quest. I'm watching this happen too.
We can jump in now.
Circling. Yeah, the Pink Rathian one you can.
Awesome.
This won't take very long.
Sweet. I'll wait then. If we got people in on Razor Beast, I'll wait to join Osprey. Yeah.
All right,
so I
people
don't
can join.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome. Black Knight, you're going? Oh, maybe he already did.
Maybe he already left.
Um,
He was so young.
yeah.
Full of life. Good points.
Yeah. If I don't sound enthusiastic about talking about the 1.1 OGL conversation, it's not that I want to diminish discussion about it. It's just I've been having those conversations with people in the industry for the past 4 days.
Yeah.
So I am a little worn out on it. But in terms of playing D&D, I think I just played two TTRPGs this weekend. First one was Rime of the Frost Maiden. The party is I was thinking we'd finish the campaign sometime in June. Now, based on the level of progress and the rate, I'm thinking it'll be done in maybe March.
Oh wow, that's way more.
Well, they cut straight to the chase on stuff. They weren't. Chapter 6 is this Caverns of Hunger thing that you can spend a lot of time wandering this labyrinthine cavern in, but they're like, nah, we ain't got time for that shit. We gotta go.
So I have a comment on that. It wasn't.
Osprey, you go ahead.
It wasn't so much that we wanted to cut to the chase. It was once we found it, because we kind of stumbled on the right path. Once we found the right path, we didn't feel like our characters were justified in delaying. Because
that's exactly.
So it wasn't the players going, "Oh, hey, here's how we get here," and it was totally, "Oh, is that it? That's it."
So now they're in this giant, not giant, it's actually smaller than originally thought, Netherese city called Ythrin, which is mostly whole, ruined. It crashed 4,000 years ago beneath the Reghead Glacier. And the goal of the party is essentially to stop the goddess Auril from casting her everlasting rime to allow spring to come back to Icewind Dale. And then after that, recent information has been learned that, the reason she's doing this is to kind of protect the rest of the world from this other thing, and they're going to have to figure out how to deal with that as well. So it's been good. The party, basically, the way this chapter works is there's a large keyed map. It's not like a battle map with squares. It's a large visual representation that you can has a bunch of locations on it, and the party essentially be that you all made it to the library. Atomic Fox, she did some research to figure out what stuff was in the city, and then it's kind of you point at something cool and go there and check it out. It's been fun. Tanner got a chimeric fox pet from the zoo that its fur can change colors, so it can camouflage and gets advantage on stealth checks. And the way you get that is there's a machine at the zoo that if you donate 80 hit points worth of blood to, it'll pop out a random little monster animal. So one of my players, Abrielle, the drow wizardess, she polymorphed one of the characters into a giant ape, and then they squeezed him like a sponge to get a fox, which I thought was very cute. Yeah, it's been going well. Osprey has some sort of magical thing going on. We don't know what it is yet. We'll figure it out. Just eyes looking real watery, real juicy.
That wording still gets me.
I think that's the intent.
I will say
the way the book wrote it, I was like, ooh.
I will say I'm getting a little tired of the game hijacking my personality.
Yeah.
What?
So there's now been 2 story things that have like fundamentally altered my character's personality just on a mechanical level.
So
really?
what these things do, like when you get infected with these different things, you essentially, your character gets an additional flaw per the book.
I see.
And I'm not quite sure how to make my character play nice all with some of these traits involved. So I'm kind of nervous about that. Because like one of them is doesn't trust anybody, and irritable and irrational is the other thing from the Chardolin poison.
The way I view it is it's essentially because we were talking about the thing earlier in the campaign. It's like the emotional arc those characters from that movie go through in the thing, where they're just like getting more and more paranoid and mistrusting until the end. You lay down in the cold and wait to die with what may be your friend or may be a monster. Who knows?
Well,
the Frostbane, it is a fun time, y'all.
I don't want to accidentally find myself in a position where because I try to like not make things unfun for the other players, but if my character gets too distrusting, my character's going to want to go off by himself, and that doesn't feel like it would be fun for anyone.
I think I have a strong incentive next session for your character, despite not trusting people, to not want to do that. Don't worry.
Okay.
But yeah, and hopefully you can figure out how to cure this thing. It's basically this whole campaign is like, it's not the Domains of Dread, but it's a lot of like essentially body horror stuff going on, which has been interesting. And I think if I had the flexibility that wasn't in the Adventurers League style gameplay, like I want to run this, I've said it before that I want to run this campaign again in the future, maybe in person or maybe on the Discord, but with the flexibility I have of it not being an Adventurers League campaign.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Adventurers League is kind of not quite ruined, but made things not as fun in some ways.
It's definitely, I plan on doing either a podcast discussion style or maybe a video essay like I've done in the past about Adventures League once the campaign's done, because I've used the format for both, like all 3 things that it can do: one-shots, large raid like epic events, and then a hardcover. And I think it definitely has certain strengths, but running a hardcover via Adventures League to me is not what it's meant for now that I've done it.
Yeah.
The other thing I ran, Cheryl, was Cyberpunk Red. And Tom, do you want to share your thoughts on that so far? We did a little session 0, a little character creation.
Yeah, so we didn't actually like play a session of it. We did our session 0, so we were making characters. It's my first introduction to any of the Cyberpunk TTRPGs, but I love love cyberpunk as a genre, so I'm pretty excited. Character creation was pretty fun. It's definitely, the system as a whole is pretty crunchy. I mean, so is Shadowrun, which is the other really popular cyberpunk TTRPG. But my thoughts on that are, if the cyberpunk TTRPG exists and it's not rules light, it's probably gonna be really crunchy because there's so much stuff in cyberpunk. By crunchy, I mean like complex. It has like a lot of subsystems and rules. But it seemed really cool. Like, character creation is awesome because if you want to really take your time with it, you can, you know, min-max and get everything plotted out how you want. But they also have these really cool, like, quick template, like, ways of making characters, which is neat. So we made some characters and we kind of established a little bit about the world. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really fun system. We're using Foundry for this one, which Cameron, I'm not sure where you got those like assets for the Cyberpunk Foundry stuff. But that stuff is really cool.
Like the splash page?
Well, not just the splash page, but like the like whatever like all of like the pre-made items and stuff are. Like however you have that game Foundry set up. Like it's
So that is actually super
easier.
nice.
Yeah.
So Mike Consmith and Art Talsorian gave some fans permission to create essentially the core rule book. Is the rule book isn't there, but all the full compendium is there for free in Foundry. So someone would need to buy the Foundry license, but with Foundry it's one fixed cost of $50, and then you have the for in the case of Cyberpunk, and also, for example, I originally bought Foundry for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. The compendiums are like fan-created works that are available in there, which is nice. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think, like, last year I started playing other systems besides D&D. I think I kind of bounced off of Pathfinder a little bit. I'm still open to checking it out again, but I think I clicked much more strongly with Cyberpunk Red. I'm still getting a feel for Transformers, and then my goal this year is to just run a bunch of different systems.
At some point, I want to try
I think in
Shadowrun.
Transformers, if we could just get around on the alt mode stuff, I think it'd be a good game.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see, like, I'm gonna run the like, Osprey's gonna play in the next starter game, and I'm curious to see if I run it basically with the changes we discussed, what the group's feedback there will be. And when we do our session 0, I think this weekend, I'm gonna propose to the group, like, how close do you want me to run on the book, just as is, or based on what I've learned so far, kind of thing, and see what people think.
If you run the same mission, do not go by the book.
Yeah, I'm probably, yeah. Odds are, unless people really want me to, I'm gonna swap out those final 3 things that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Because that shit I still think is, I posted a thing to like their Facebook group that was like, hey, what was your intention here? Oh, fun fact that pissed me off, if we're talking about the Transformers game, which so you know how confused we were about equipment loadouts and personal gear?
Yeah.
That shit is a misprint. That shit is stuff they forgot to take out of the book after it's from the G.I. Joe rulebook. And during copy editing, they forgot to remove it. That's what I was told by the people at Renegade Games. They're like, oh yeah, ignore that. That's not supposed to be done. I'm like, well, all right. I mean, that's a page. That's a page of content.
Is that in a? Do you have like a hard copy of it, and it's in the hard copy?
I have both a hard copy and a PDF. They have not updated the PDF yet either.
Oh, woof. If they have hard copies of stuff that's not supposed to be in there, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's
Well, there's stuff in there's stuff that's not in there. That's supposed to be in there, right?
Yeah, like
there's
there's
a
certain,
G.I.
they
Joe.
gave me a list. They gave me a list of weapons and equipment that is missing from the core rules. But yeah, we're running Transformers this month. Doing like Tom signed up for the Cyberpunk. Ah, shit! I disconnected.
Oh,
no.
Cameron,
What role did you go, Tom?
I had a thought.
Yes.
So, you know the other Transformers-esque TTRPG you wanted to run?
Command droids, yes.
Yes. If you find people aren't digging like the whole 80s and Transformers not Transformers thing, I realized you could probably reflavor it with the same mechanics super easily for more of an Earthspark game.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like my plan is so my plan is I'm going to run the Troubled Waters, the starter adventure, either one more time for you all, or maybe 2 more times if there's another group of players that starts to run it. And then my plan is to run the other pre-done adventure. And at that point, I feel like I've given the Transformers CTRPG a fair shake. We'll see how we all feel about that. And if the group ends up feeling like, oh, that didn't really work for me, then yeah, I absolutely am planning on just like reflavoring Command droids as like actual Transformers stuff.
Yeah,
See how
because
that works.
I was looking at it and I was like, I don't know how I feel about having to play a kid fully and obsession with the 80s, but I felt like it would really translate well with what we know of Earthspark, so that's why I had that idea and thought wouldn't hurt to like mention it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great like reflavoring of things. Oh wait,
Razor, I went tech for my character in Cyberpunk.
Nice.
Tom, I see you're in the lobby. Did I not get kicked out of the lobby?
Me?
No,
I
you're-
don't even
that's
have it
me.
open.
This is me.
Oh, Nate, you're in
Yeah,
the
I'm
lobby.
here. Yeah, I was on a different quest.
That's weird. So what
Well,
happened here?
Maybe
I
you
don't
got
know.
kicked out of the quest, but not the lobby?
Player list. Yeah, everyone's still here. All right. Well, that's weird.
All right. Well, you want to hunt something
Yeah.
while we wait?
Or, yeah, Razor Beast, you finished? Are you posting another quest?
I'm going through a lengthy thingamajig. Wait, what? Cutscene.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I'll handle chat for a little bit, and then
Oh,
yeah, Nate and I will join you.
Oh, speaking of D&D, I did something interesting for D&D this weekend.
yeah.
I played probably the most amazing area I've ever played in D&D. So, I have a friend, and he picked up the Dragonlance 5th edition book. And we played a little Dragonlance, and came across one of the coolest areas ever. It was a desert, and essentially, it used to be an oasis. And then war kind of took place, and humans were at battle with specifically blue dragons. So now, in this once oasis, there are thousands of blue dragon skeletons everywhere. And if you've ever played D&D before, blue dragons, electricity, they kind of mix. So not only is this a harsh wasteland, but it's also prone to lightning strikes. So essentially, we had to get something from a temple in the middle of a desert with sandstorm and with thunderstorm and lightning strikes constantly happening. We lost 3 characters in the first session alone.
Jeez.
So that was
I think
interesting.
that's if that's like the type of game you're going for, that's new quest. Oh, wait for the cutscene. Got it. That's like so I've been thinking about what I want to do next. So if we finish Rhyme in March, I think the next game I might run will be Shadow Dark. And if that's the case, it's Shadow Dark by the game systems is much more your character you might die and go through multiple characters in a session.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's Kelsey Dion. She's the same one that does basically my favorite 5e modules. She's a great author. And hey, NoobTube, how's it going? She's making a system, and so going back to the OGL, Shadow Dark originally was under the OGL because she was using certain spell names and like Sturges as a creature, but she's working on now kind of pulling all that stuff out of her system. So Sturges are going to be called like I think Sting Bats or something, and Magic Missile is going to be called like Magic Rock or something, sanitize everything. But yeah, I plan on running
Gotcha.
Shadow Dark.
I can't imagine a better way to alienate everybody who loved your stuff and contributed to
Yeah.
like the community. Like, oh my god.
And
Yeah.
right before D&D 1 or whatever,
Yeah.
or 1 D&D.
Oh, well, they
out,
did
which is
it
a
on
weird move.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
I'm just
it's
wondering how much money they think they can get versus how
much
much
they're-
this will just hurt them.
Yeah.
Well, so my other thing is like, what if this is the thing they do where it's gonna look absurd, and so we speak out about it, which is totally in the plan, and then
to like
they,
bring a like less
Yeah.
shitty but still
Yeah,
shitty
but
version.
yeah, exactly, that we'll feel way more confident about. You know, it's like it's basically just preemptive haggling.
I
That's what
just
they're doing with Magic too, with like all those like weird expansion sets and stuff that it's just kind
Yeah.
of like money
Well, that-
grabs that even players are like, I don't get
is
it.
that supposed to be has cuck?
Yes.
has
broke?
It has broke.
The issue with Magic is that even though it's extremely successful, there is a movement where people are playing less and less games like that, especially because now there's the online version. But here's the thing. Magic doesn't make as much money with the online version as they do with the physical copy. Now people don't want to use the physical copy because they can say, fuck it, I can just build my decks online and have them online.
Well,
So Magic lost a shit ton of money, and Magic
so
likes their money.
it
They were
didn't
bought by
lose
Hasbro.
money. What
Well-
happened? They haven't lost money. What happened is they haven't grown at the rate that they predicted. Which
Yes, and now Hasbro is being
you
their
know, Guns
big
Pony
daddy and saying, do this.
Guns Pony is right on the money that unfortunately in capitalism, if you're not showing constant growth, then investors don't want to invest. So yes, per our big daddy DM Brennan Lee Mulligan, the capitalism is always the big bad evil guy. We were actually talking about that on with the Dimension 20 Discord not too long ago. Which, by the way, if anyone's watching here and you like D&D and TTRPG content, friend of the channel, God damn, why am I drawing a blank? Hero Forge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Annika.
Yeah.
Annika?
Annika, yeah.
Annika last week did an interview with Zach Oyama from Dimension 20
Oh,
on
no kidding. That's
Hero
cool.
Forge's Twitch,
Very
which was
cool.
awesome. It was a great interview.
God,
but yeah,
is there
like-
a Brennan Lee Mulligan? I love that guy and his DMing style.
Yeah,
he is
so I'd
the
be
most brutal DM I think I've ever seen play a game.
I'd be curious to see if I would love to see them do like a Cyberpunk Red system game because they like to mix up their systems every now and then. That'd be a lot of fun. Anything else to talk about TTRPGs? Well, Tanner just announced it, so I can talk about it. We've got our new open table game. Tanner is going to be running Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel on our Discord. So the first, and I don't know the details yet, if this first session is a session 0 or if it's the first adventure, but that is up and available for people to sign up. It's February 11th, I think, at 11:30ish or noon. And yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited because an acquaintance, two acquaintances of mine wrote that book. Ajit George and Justice Arman Rahim. Ajit was the project leader for that book, and then Justice wrote the section on I forget what chapter it is. Maybe it's like 10 or 12, but it's a civilization that is amongst those that immigrated to the Radiant Citadel, that is based off of the Achaemenid Empire in ancient Persia, which I think is really neat.
Ooh. Also, I'm watching an Odogaron get bodied by the other kind of Odogaron.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ebony, yeah.
Yeah.
Them some mad dogs.
Yep.
Oh, I finally tracked down a copy of Kids on a Broomstick.
Oh, really? Kids on Brooms or whatever it's called?
Quest is open.
Yes.
Quest is open. Ah.
Yeah, I'd love
So
that.
hopefully
Alright,
I'll be
coming
able to run a wizard schooling adventure soon, because I need to completely rework their fucking stat sheet because it's garbage.
you don't want to run it as is first to get a like. That's the thing for me with a system. I want to run it as is first to get a feel for it before I dink around. Really?
Well, actually, you know what? I will say this. Another plug for Dimension 20. They did Kids on a Broomstick, and they worked great. The issue is that all the people there are A, really experienced in the D&D, and B, they had, oh god, what's her name? I'm completely breaking up her name.
Bri Iyengar.
Thank you. Bri Iyengar, who not only is a very large Harry Potter nerd, but also an extremely talented DM. But she is also having players like Brendan Lee Mulligan there, who is a fantastic player in DM, and, you know, who really helped, and the way they played it, they didn't really roll that much. And to me, I like the action of rolling. I like it when my players feel really involved. And the way that when I played it, it was much more DM, players, you're kind of against each other, like in a typical D&D session. But this is more like, I feel like there needs to be more magic in the game. Because at this point, it's like, I place my wand and I do this, and then you roll to see if it happens, but I'm like, well, you don't really add anything. There's not like a corresponding stat that goes with that type
No,
of
by definition, Kids on Brooms is not a crunchy system. It's very rules light.
Turn it into a crunchy system.
You don't. There's not a crunchy system out there that already does that.
So fuck it, I make my own.
Gotcha. But Guns Pony, if she's gonna plug it, I'm gonna plug it. Abrea Iyengar, great DM, just like Paz said, and she did Misfits and Magic, which is using the Kids on Brooms rule set on Dimension 20. I think the episodes are out on YouTube. It's only like 4 or 5 episodes, I think. 4 episodes.
I think one of the episodes is. I don't know if all of them are, but if you don't have a Dropout subscription, what is wrong with you? Besides the fact that Dimension 20 is amazing. Freaking Game Changers is amazing.
It's real good.
Honestly, yeah, Game Changers is fun. Actually is pretty fun.
Actually, that sound one they do. I can't remember what it's called.
It's
like a spin-off
say
where
it
they
out loud.
only use
fuck.
I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if you even do a week free trial, I'm pretty sure their just D&D takes probably like a month just to go through.
Yeah.
Because of all the stuff they have.
But Misfits and Magic, if you've ever read like Wizarding School stories or enjoyed Wizarding School media, but you had issues with the internal logic of it, Misfits and Magic's, like, the entire premise of that campaign is like, okay, but like, how would shit actually work? And it's wonderful.
Like, you gotta know what nukes are. That's a great one.
Yeah. It's so good.
Gotta know what nukes are. Also, a fantastic cast of players playing that as well.
Yeah. What else?
But yeah, I want to make it so that also, fun fact, there's no HP gauge.
Right, but I get what you're saying, but I feel like you're trying to make a square peg fit in a round hole.
I'll stay down those damn sides until I get it to fit. I've done it before and I'll do it again, damn it.
Fair.
That's why another thing I think a lot of people are upset with this D&D thing is that I should be able to do that. I should make it how I want. I should construct it how I want, damn it. Don't make me stay. That's the whole point of D&D. It's like freaking Forge mode in Halo. You make your own goddamn game modes, you know?
I was so disappointed that Forge wasn't like a matchmakeable like thing in Halo.
Like an actual played game type, not just creator mode.
Yeah, no, I was so pissed off that wasn't thing.
Wait, Forge World doesn't let you play on those maps? Or maybe I'm confused.
It has to be a private game. You can't matchmake on those games. Like that game type.
So you can't like discover someone else's maps.
Yeah.
That is lame. Lame.
But yeah, I mean, you know.
Speaking of Halo,
I
what's everyone
understand it's not really a
nowadays?
punchy system, but like I already have a stat sheet
in beta that I'm gonna be testing out soon at a local games workshop that they're allowing me to run this. Adventures League. So we'll see. If everyone dies, clearly it's not ready yet. But I want an HP. I want there to be a reason for you to go to the classes. Because I feel that's kind of the part of a wizarding school is the fucking classes. And if there's no game to go, it's like the new Pokemon game. You can go to class in the Pokemon game. I didn't go to a single class because there's no reason to. There's no hints.
You need some
there's
sort
no
of incentive.
Nothing. You gain 0 things for going to those classes. So
Actually,
no one fucking does it.
You do
Osprey,
get
what
stuff.
were you gonna say?
So,
You do?
kind of, yeah. There's certain relationship stuff with the teachers where you can get like quests where like one gets you a Galarian Meowth.
Fuck me. Apparently there's shit to do. But see, they need to push that.
I mean, they do keep telling you, "Hey, go to class."
And I keep saying, "Fuck you! I'm gonna be the best in the world no one ever had."
When am I ever gonna use this in real life?
So, and then
I'm already the champion and I never went to school. I'm good.
So,
sorry, Osprey.
And then for me, my main, I want to do a magic school thing is I want to do like a magic university setting, which is part of why I was super excited for Strixhaven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still want to play that at some point. And then as far as what I've been playing,
Yeah, how are you still grinding through Pokemon? Are you completed your Pokedex recently, right?
yeah, I completed my Pokedex.
Shiny Chime. Yeah.
Atomic
What does that
Fox-
mean now? Is that like
Shiny Charm.
local decks or national decks or?
Shiny Charm, and getting the completion.
No. I mean, sorry, not like the reward, but what defines completion?
There's
Regional
national
decks.
Okay, gotcha. How big is the regional dex?
400.
Okay, so like definitely bigger than normal.
Yeah.
We'll get DLC 100%.
So,
I think
and
that's
then,
what happened in Sword and Shield too, right?
Correct.
yeah. And then Atomic Fox has gotten me started playing Mountain Warblade 2.
Ooh.
Which mostly I play and like ask for like input from Atomic Fox because I'm like, I don't know what the smart decision is here at all.
What's the name of the game again?
Mount and Warblade 2. It's kind of janky, I'm not gonna lie. But
What's the gameplay like? Is it like a first-person sword game?
it's third person, but the direction you move your mouse changes where you how you strike and how you block. And there's also certain like influence building activities and like overworld stuff. So it's kind of a number of things. It has some strategy game elements to it. It has some actiony elements to it. I'm playing a heavily modded version because Atomic Fox has played this game a lot and is like, okay, these are the mods that are going to make it more like an actually finished game. Because Mountain Warblade 2 never actually seems to have finished production, even though they released it. So...
yeah, that seems to happen more and more these days.
yeah.
So, is there a different game called Mount and Blade, or am I just misremembering the title of this series?
We're talking about Mountain Blade.
Wait, Tom, you know a game called Mountain Blade?
Yeah, I played both. I haven't played much of the second one.
Okay. So what I'm asking is, there is not a game called Mountain Blade and then a different series called Mountain Warblade.
No, I think so. You're thinking of Warband, and I think Warband is a DLC for the first one. I'm pretty sure it is that, or I think the first one's like subtitle is called Warband, and then the second one is called Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. I think. But
You played
Mountain Blade is the
Mount
name of
Up.
the game.
Two mounted, two blade.
And I may have misheard the title because I haven't been looking too closely at the title screen.
Yeah. But still, that's pretty neat. I dig. Oh, look at me ducking. You couldn't even touch me, and I didn't even move.
Atomic Fox has gotten a lot more dramatic, fun story stuff than I have.
Yeah.
Because you actually have a character that you build, and they have family members who are involved in the storyline. And then you can get companions who can distinguish themselves as well. And like you can do, you can like become a trader, or you can like be a mercenary and then end up becoming a noble by distinguishing yourself. And basically getting an offer of an offer to be a vassal by one of the kings. And there's a system in place for sorting out what happens when politically.
So
Can you
a very
betray me and take over?
simulationist game.
I could not make out what you both were saying at the same time.
A very simulationist game.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's neat. I dig it. That actually, the gimmick about like family members and stuff reminds me, like in Cyberpunk, one of the cool things about character creation is the game has mechanics to seed the world with like people you already know. So like Tom, I forget, do you have any lovers or friends or foes?
I randomized most of mine, but I think I have like an old friend, and it might be like my sister or something. I don't remember exactly. That might be who my partner is. But yeah, like the way that they seed in like people that you have, like they make your character like generate stuff that is important to them, so the DM can use them as hooks, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I dig that a lot. But I dig it. Mountain Blade is a game I've never played, but I have heard of. I have started playing Dwarf Fortress again recently.
Oh yeah, I got it and I played a couple hours and I just haven't gone back to it, but I've known about that game for like a decade now.
Yeah. I mean, I played it way back in the day. I paid for it finally after playing it for 11 years.
Yeah, finally, Tarn can get his money. Let's go.
I do love that there is a mechanic to make the graphics look old style. That's a lot of fun. Max has been Max and some other people on the Discord have been talking about it recently. So I went and looked at my Dwarf Fortress after all these years. Lava monster is still down there at the bottom.
Yeah,
it's,
losing is fun.
Not ideal.
I've never actually
I think that's the whole
played it.
point of Dwarf Fortress, though.
Yeah.
Losing is fun.
Yeah.
All right. Chris Tofu coming with a 42%. That's pretty good.
Chris is clutch. Chris, I assume you're Chris on the Discord, even if you're not in voice chat.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Just whipping ass.
What else?
Taking names.
Nate, what have you had time to play anything?
Not a
no
whole
problem,
lot, no.
Chris. We still appreciate you hunting with us.
Yeah. No, I haven't really had time to play much of anything. Aside from the Elden Ring streams and this, I don't play too much, hardly at all anymore, unfortunately. However, I'm hopefully trying to get some time to I'm trying to reorganize my cooking schedule and my chores and schedule and all that stuff, so I can actually have some time to do something after work.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Gonna
get on that meal prep train.
Pretty much, yeah. That, and I don't know. I gotta dumb down some of my recipes. Some of them are really involved and they taste great. They're just I don't want to deal with an hour and a half of overall prep time.
Yeah.
So
I guess what have you been cooking recently? We can talk about that. Oh wait, hold on. Before we go there, Cheryl has been playing more board games. She's gotten into Gloomhaven recently. I have not played Gloomhaven. I thought that was an RPG. It's not an RPG?
Isn't it like an RPG board game though?
Yeah. I no idea. Razor, do you know?
No.
Boom Headshot says, did he see new Star Wars game? No, I have
Yeah.
very much fallen off the Star Wars horse. Lauren on the Discord was trying to talk to me about it. She wanted to talk about Star Wars books, and I was like, I'm not. I don't care anymore.
Oh, I can talk about some of the Star Wars books.
Yeah.
Some of the newer ones, anyways. Because I've enjoyed the first book of the High Republic series. Which takes place well before the whole Skywalker bullshit. And I really liked the tone of that one. It goes a lot more into how the different Jedi see the Force, and it feels a lot more individual. So like one Jedi, it's like a song, another it's like a large tree that connects everyone, another it's like a deep fathomless ocean. So I like that. It adds a lot. It feels like it adds a lot more personality in some ways, with how they each see the Force differently.
Oh, neat. Razor, do you have a quest up right now?
Apparently, Gloomhaven
No, I'm in
is
an
a.
expedition thing right now.
Gotcha.
Sorry, Gloomhaven apparently is a board game, and the tagline is "Vanquish monsters with strategic card play." So apparently, there's cards.
Gotcha.
And
It
it's a
might
board
be
game
like
of
a
some sort.
legacy style game where it's a board game and a campaign. Yeah, Osprey, I the Force is the least interesting part of Star Wars for me.
I mean, I'm a magic lover, so like for me, magic is like gonna be the main thing I look at in in a world.
Yeah.
So that's
I
yeah.
I totally get it, and I get that it is like I am in a weird minority of Star Wars fans. But yeah, I guess what is the new Star Wars game? What is the new Star Wars game? Does anyone know?
I do. But Osprey can talk about it because we're meeting on Ice Cream Cone.
So I
Coronado?
actually don't know much about it
Good.
unless like I think they're making a sequel to Fallen Order.
Okay. Like open world RPG exploration kind of thing.
Apparently, it's called Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
Came
heard of
out on
that.
March
Yeah.
17th.
Oh,
Valkana is
based
closing
off
in.
of Resident Evil
I've
Survivor.
been
That
muted
game's
this
gonna
entire
suck.
time. Pain.
Metal Gear Survive.
Was Metal Gear Survive good? No, that game
No,
was awful.
it was
Fucking
absolutely
really
not.
No one
The
has talked
fact
about
that-
it since.
Okay, so quick question: has there been a game with Survive in the name and it's been good?
Vampire
Yes.
Survivors. I put 83 hours into it last year.
What is that?
Because you shouldn't play it.
It's like not a horde shooter, but it's
A
like
drug
it's a yes. That
travesty, and I can't escape it. I played like 6
it's
hours
a
today.
top-down rogue like
Yeah.
shooter.
It's essentially it's like a
Indie.
roguelike where all you do in the game is move, and your character has these like attacks that automatically go off on like timed intervals. And it was made by one guy, and it uses a bunch of these old Castlevania assets because fuck Konami, they suck. And the
Yep.
game where like you get the classic sub weapons like crosses and knives and axes and all these other magical things, and you move around and your attacks automatically go off as enemies just like endlessly swarm around you and get faster and stronger, and you pick up upgrades to those items till eventually it's just like so much is happening on screen, but if you like build your build well enough, you just destroy everything in your path. And it's really simple. It's a really simple game, which is why I've put in 80 something hours into it. But it's a really great like simple idea, and there's already like 3 or 4 other games inspired by it that have come out since then. So it's
So-
like the new like hit mini genre basically.
But before I
what
head
about
out,
you?
Cow's got a beard.
so
No,
Oh wait,
but-
Osprey,
Yeah.
what were you saying?
Oh, I'm unsure.
so before I head out on this quest, it is the quest, the defense of Celiana. We are defending it
Yeah.
from Valkana.
Valkana.
So this
Yeah.
is
Oh,
going to be a
nice.
big story mission, so there will be a big cutscene at the beginning. Just a heads
Awesome.
up, and so if y'all go to join this once the cutscene is over, it's Valkana.
Yes, it's half.
Prep.
That's fine.
Half of Valkana, from what I
Yeah,
remember.
I
prep
ain't
them
wor- I ain't
fire weapons,
worried.
y'all.
I ain't worried.
Oh, Cheryl's been
Ain't
playing
even
Code
worried
Name.
about it, bro.
Tom, or I can't tell who's got the
That's me.
Switch Axe aside from me.
Not me.
Like, I'm about-
Messiness, baby.
Nah, mistake. I don't know. We got so many people. Like, look, I want to take a screen. Someone take a screenshot of the lobby because this is awesome.
Sure.
We've got like, it's just nice.
Ice Dragon.
Nice dragon.
We go
Cameron, would
to-
you consider like a survive? Like, what would you consider a survival game or survivor game?
Like, are you talking about my joke with survive in a title, or you're talking about a genre?
Yes. Both.
There you
So
go.
Resident Evil Survivor is a bad game. Metal
Yeah, but
Gear
like,
Survive.
would you consider like Rust a survivor game?
No, he
I-
said he means like with the name
Oh,
survive.
in the game. Oh, damn,
Title.
you went meta with it.
Yeah. I like the survival horror genre. Like, I'm a big Resident Evil fan. I enjoyed the first 1.5 Dead Space games.
Signalis.
1.5.
The second one kind of fell off at the end, and the third one I like played like a couple hours of, and I was like,
Really?
This is-
What was the part that you fell off in at the end of 2?
The problem is I don't remember. It didn't leave like Resident Evil or Dead Space 1 leaves an impression in my head, and I remember that game. I don't know what I can tell you about Dead Space 2.
I remember.
I liked the stuff I liked in Resident Evil 2. I can remember, like, there's that you go through like a little nursery thing.
Resident Evil or Dead Space?
Resident Evil or
Or sorry, Dead Space 2.
Yeah, you go through the nursery with the kids.
I remember that part. That was cool.
the picking up enemy limbs and throwing them back at the other enemies from 2 was pretty nice.
Yeah, the kinesis module. I'm glad they kept it in 2. So I liked it in 1 for like the bladed arms and stuff.
But yeah, I like survival horror games in general. I haven't played Callisto Protocol yet. Everyone says it's like it's got mixed things.
If you don't treat it like a Dead Space game, it's good. If you do, it's not.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah. Shanice, I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell prophecy, but I get what you're saying. Pandemic Legacy, Cheryl, I'm jealous. It's a game that I've wanted to play, but getting like people committed to a regular in-person board game night has been a difficult task. Oh shit, speaking of which, I think I saw somewhere earlier in chat, someone was asking about doing a Discord event. I
Alright.
guess we can talk.
Y'all
pop
can
in.
join.
Awesome.
Time.
While we're doing that, we did have our meeting this Sunday for kind of kicking off things on the channel. I think the two biggest announcements coming from that have already happened, which is the open table stuff that we are running that Tanner is also doing now, which is exciting. But we did note, we got feedback from people on the Discord about, in addition to doing in-person events in Cincinnati, doing some sort of virtual event. So we are, I don't think anyone has taken like an action item to do that yet, but we are thinking about the best way to do that, and we are open to suggestions. If other people are like, hey, I would like to do a movie night or something.
Now
You can
that
just do it on Discord though.
now that
Well,
I'm
that's what I'm saying.
now that I'm not
Well,
like
I already have a stream key and everything. See, there's a fun little thing on Discord where it won't let you share if you're on Netflix. But there's a fun little thing where you can just take it right on out and you can log in and everything. So that's fun.
Oh, you're talking about like streaming like a movie through
Yeah.
Discord. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll figure out the best legal way to do it. Osprey, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I could look into some options now that I'm not like freshly injured.
Yeah, like it's the sort of thing where whoever wants to like do an event, we'll support it. I know there's one that Danny has an idea of, but I don't want to announce it. He'll announce it when he's ready for it, but that's one I'm really looking forward to. So
We
yeah,
do Cards Against Humanity or no? Is that out?
I'd be down for Cards Against Humanity. I think we could do that, no problem. Or like a Jackbox game night.
Ooh, Jackbox.
Ugh.
Basically, if I'm being too subtle, let me do it again. I'm tapped out in how much I can do, but whoever else wants to organize something is more than welcome.
I can organize a freaking thing. Also, there's a ton of just free browser games people can play too.
You could do spy. What's that one called? Jesus, Code Names. That's one. Cards are all that. Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, Boom Headshot Among Us.
No,
Sus.
I refuse to play that fucking game again.
Oh, I still love
I think
it.
it's fun.
I cannot play it.
I wonder if I just haven't played it enough to hate it, but whenever I play it, I have a great time.
I have broken a controller playing that goddamn game before.
I just
I'm
play the
not
way that I
playing
used to play Mafia on StarCraft 2, which is I don't play to win, I just play to be really annoying.
There's.
No, you play to win, damn it, or you don't play at all. You're either number one or you're either first or last, everybody. Remember that. By the way, that's an actual thing. If you don't recognize the joke, okay.
That might be too young. Classics.
You are
like
not
Dragon Knight.
Cameron. I'm not that much. You're older than me, Cameron. Damn it.
I remember it. I said they might be too young.
Oh, I'm like, Cameron. If you don't remember this, Jesus.
Honestly, I'm too busy with
Ricky Bobby,
Velcana.
baby. Ricky Bobby.
Yeah,
if you're not first,
I'm actually not in that fight. I didn't make it in. This is exciting
neither
to
am
me.
I.
The lobby
You and I are
is
just hanging out
so
here,
full
doing nothing.
that we weren't able to join. That means, Razor, are you still hunting?
Yeah, I'm trying to finish this damn expedition quest I gotta do.
Can we join that? We can join an expedition, right?
Expeditions you can't.
Oh, we can't. What are you hunting in the expedition?
I'm searching for evidence of Narragansett.
Come on, switch out. Come on, switch.
Nergigante.
Well, I gotta go to bed soon, guys. So I'm out. Sorry.
Have a good night,
All right,
guys.
see y'all next
Yeah,
time.
good night,
Bye, everybody.
All right, Nate. Well, let's hold off if Razor can finish this Nergigante evidence. I would love to just beat the piss out of Nergigante.
I'm down.
Honest,
I'm down with that sickness.
honestly, this might be my last hunt, depending on how long it takes.
Oh yeah, same fun.
Whatever you guys want to do.
I was gonna find one or two more crystals and I can't find them.
I forget. Is that the one where you have to go to different locales for it?
It doesn't say. It says I'm in an Everstream right now for it.
Oh, okay. No, maybe that's the only place for it. I really didn't like those. I'm glad they didn't keep those in Rise and Sunbreak. Ratharosa, how have you been playing Rise and Sunbreak? I've actually still been playing. I think I am Hunter, a anomaly rank like 160-ish. So yeah, it's been good. I guess we just want to do some guiding lands, Nate, while we're waiting.
I'm down. Whatever.
We're almost done.
I haven't played SNS in the old style in a while, so I should get some practice in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one of you made the Disturbed reference?
Disturbed?
Oh, me. That's me. I said I'm down with that sickness. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm a old school retired Disturbed fan.
If Osprey is beating Velcana, that might mean that you are in the end game, right? Velcana that's the last Elder before the post game stuff, isn't it? I don't remember anymore.
I don't
But yeah,
know anymore.
Ratharosa,
Yeah.
I've been playing Rise and Sunbreak, especially when, because right now it's cold as hell, so I'm not running outside. But I go down to the treadmill to walk for a bit, and I play it while I walk.
Yeah, it wasn't me, it was Osprey. Wait, he's not here.
What?
Oh.
For what?
Or is, never mind. There's someone talking in game, but I can't remember hearing it.
Oh, like in-game chat? In-game voice chat?
No, they're typing. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
It's the Chris. Stop shooting the whatever.
Oh, it's a continuation from sequel to Fallen Order.
There we go. Shot it with the
Nice.
Dragonator.
Nice. That's usually pretty good. Now that's not. No, you didn't kill it. It's not done yet. I don't think.
Okay.
Like story-wise, I'm pretty sure there's more.
Nah, there's one more.
It's
It's
fleeing.
only my first form.
Yeah.
More like I just ticked it off, I think.
Yeah, mostly. You're just like,
Oh, it
it's
sounds
not
like
worth
Osprey's
it.
actually behind me, right?
Maybe.
What?
Sure.
Behind you?
I'm in
Well, we still
Monster.
have other. We still have like Raging Brachydios to do as well.
Yes.
No,
Osprey's
so
still on
Razor
story.
Beast, if you're talking about like game progress, you are in high rank. Osprey is in master rank.
Ah, I gotcha. Never mind then.
And then
But we'll
most of
catch
us
you up.
here are post MR story.
Yeah. All right, Cameron. I'm trying to find where you are.
I am with Rathian.
Oh, you're with Rathian.
Says a
Okay.
movie night would be a lot of fun. Star Wars marathon.
I just heard the Dragonator and I was like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah, the
Back up.
it sounds like movie night is a popular idea. We did during the pandemic. We did movie nights,
Mhm.
but I think
That was mostly
the-
just with the crew.
yeah what I don't want to have happen, and I think we're all in agreement, is I don't want to get accused of sharing anything illegally on the Discord.
Yeah.
So if we do a movie night, it might be the sort of thing where everyone needs to have their own copy and we can hang out in a voice chat and watch it together. But we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have it in me to do a Star Wars movie marathon. That's a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Harry Potter marathon's out.
Well, I've got no interest.
Yeah. No, Harry
Um,
Potter is no, not
Mm,
touching Harry Potter with a 10-foot pole.
It was good 10 years ago, but it's not that great looking back on it.
Oh, go ahead.
Harry Potter, the whole thing with J.K. Rowling being a massive
person.
transphobe, and specifically saying, "Well, I'm still getting money from Harry Potter, so people must agree with me." So
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I'm just like, "Yeah, nope, I'm done."
Yeah. Doesn't even matter if they are objectively good, whether you had just an opinion that you think they're good. It's literally like, on principle, I refuse to support anything she makes.
Yeah, and also I'm not a fan of Harry Potter.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I can see why people got into it, but the more I look at it as an adult, the more I'm like, oh, that's not good. Like there was,
I think Oh, go ahead.
I saw a video essay that went into kind of some of the more nuanced aspects and like pointed out some of the problematic things I had missed when
I
somebody sat
remember-
down and analyzed it.
I read it as a kid and I loved the first couple books, but even as and I grew up with them, but as I got older, I was like, back then I was having problems with certain things. The thing that rubbed me the most wrong was the way it felt like Hermione's activism was being treated as a joke. That shit
Yeah.
bothered me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
They like it. And I'm like, no, I don't.
So what I would like to do with movie nights is I don't think any series, no Marvel shit, no. I'm not trying to dunk on everyone's favorite stuff. I know everyone loves all the franchises, but my goal with movie night would be to watch stuff that I haven't seen before and use it as an opportunity to try and expand. I just haven't watched a lot of movies recently, and there's
Me neither.
probably a lot of good stuff out there to check out. I still I felt like Nate, we kind of had a list of stuff from the 80s and 90s that either you or I hadn't seen, like Hackers, right? You had seen Hackers, but Abby and Hannah had not seen Hackers.
Yeah, fucking.
And that
I'll
was
watch
such
Hackers
a
again. I
fun
don't give a
time.
shit, man.
Yeah, if we're gonna watch bad movies, I'd rather watch a bad movie like Waterworld than I'd rather watch a bad movie like Waterworld than a mediocre movie like a Marvel movie.
You know,
now,
if they ever do come out with that new Redwall movie they were talking about, I do want to watch that just because I love Redwall.
They're doing a Redwall movie?
There was talk about it. I don't know if it's in limbo or if it got scrapped. There is an animated series for Redwall.
Yeah, there
Yes.
is.
I love that
I-
one.
Yes, they went through like 4 or 5 of the books in that series. It was awesome.
It was crazy.
I thought they only went through 2.
Maybe I'm exaggerating in my head, but I thought like the
Redwall.
first one's Redwall, the second one's Legend of Metameo.
Legend of Luke.
No, so it was the first 2 seasons I think were Redwall, and then the 3rd season was Matameo. And it was just those 3 seasons, I thought.
Oh, I thought they did Salamandastron. Maybe they didn't.
Not
I just
that I'm aware
remember
of.
Badger.
Moral
fun.
Fox We Riot. No.
Yeah, Badgers are pretty
Who
much
did
in
that?
every
Was that
Redwall book.
PBS?
Not sure. The Atomic Fox
It was
and I
something
are...
like PBS.
So, I got invited to a birthday where the person's like, so bring me your favorite book and tell me what you love so much about that book. I don't really know what my favorite book is, but I do really love the Mossflower book because I read Mossflower before I read Redwall, and
Okay.
those books were some of my favorites growing up. So
Yes.
I'm gonna take those I'm gonna take Mossflower because that's the one that started it for me, which is actually the story of Martin and the founding of Redwall.
Yes. Remind me again, the author is Brian Jacques.
Brian Jacques.
Brian Jacques.
Rest in peace, I believe. He primarily wrote it for blind kids. That's why the descriptions are as in depth as they are.
Vivid as they are.
Yeah. Also, oh my gosh, every time he describes food.
Yeah, you know where George R.R. Martin got his fucking food fetish from.
I mean,
the juice dribbling down his chin. I was like, yeah. It's hot stuff. I get it.
see, with Redwall, it was more talking about the spread of the food rather than
What was the thing that they all drank? It's cherry cordial, right? Cherry cordial?
I thought it was strawberry cordial.
Strawberry, or maybe you're probably remembering it better than I do. So I like, because I learned so much English from reading it versus having it spoken to me. I thought for the longest time it was pronounced cordial. Same thing with like, I thought Colonel was pronounced colonel, but for the longest time I thought that sounded like the most delicious drink in the world. And then when I finally had it, I was like, oh, it's fucking alcohol.
Not always. There is a European drink by the same name that I think is more like essentially strawberry soda.
Gotcha. But yeah, Redwall was a fun series.
Oh yeah, like that
That
one's like
one-
childhood nostalgia for me.
What about Animorphs? Was anyone here into
Animorphs,
Animorphs?
holy shit.
I was forbidden
Yes.
from reading those books.
Oh my god.
My-
they
Oh,
were
what,
awesome.
What a brutal ending.
My
Yeah,
parents were
seriously.
like, "We're worried this is too graphic for you." So we're
Andalite
not...
Chronicles was the shit. Like, they introduced me to like concepts that I did never thought about in the Andalite Chronicles. I remember reading Alfangor's Journey in like grade school, and I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. Like, I don't know, it was fucking nuts. But anyway, yeah, Animorphs, definitely, 100%. I remember they made a Nickelodeon series on it.
Yeah, I didn't think that series was really good, but I remember it.
It was the only one we had, bud.
God damn it! Someone come help me, please. These fucking bugs won't let me get up.
What?
Alright.
I'm
Hang on.
stunned, and they're fucking. Okay, there. I finally.
Oh, you got
they
it.
They were combo paralyzing me.
Oh, they got desynced on you?
Yeah.
So, I'm actually
31%.
probably gonna call it, like, start wrapping up streaming, because did
Oh,
a
yeah,
fair
yeah.
number of hunts,
Made some real good progress.
yeah, and I only fainted twice tonight total, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I don't know if we're gonna be hunting Thursday, but I might. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah, that's gonna, for me being available for that, that's gonna determine on how they shift my work schedule due to my having to be on light duty. Because my normal shift, they don't have light duty things for like at 5 a.m. Which is normally when
no
I start
worries.
shift. So
It would probably be guiding land stuff anyway.
okay.
But yeah, at the very least, so it sounds like with your schedule, you've said that Mondays you're pretty free.
So in general, my availability for work is listed as any time before 3 o'clock in the afternoon my time, and then Saturdays no work. I just put myself completely unavailable on Saturdays, and then Sundays I could have shifts anytime. So
Awesome.
weekday afternoons after 3 p.m. my time, well, however long it takes me to get home, sort of thing. And then Saturdays completely free. Sundays, your mileage may vary. So
Yeah, so keep an eye out. I mean, we'll still be streaming Iceborne on Mondays, and then off stream I'll be hunting in Guiding Lands and stuff throughout the week as we work towards Fatalis. And as far as I know, we're still not got a date for Title Update 4. So I'm not like pushing to get back into Sunbreak. But yeah, I think it's been a real good hunt. Osprey, like you said,
Yeah.
got some real good progress made. God, I just want to talk about Animorphs more. Well, try to remind us next stream. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow Danny is doing an art stream, I think. So if he is, go talk about Animorphs while he's carving. Or what, Wednesday, Nate? Are you doing Elden Ring?
Yeah.
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 Nate would love to talk about Elden Ring or about Animorphs.
Whatever, man. We'll talk about whatever. Yeah.
We usually do. I brought up 90s cartoons the past like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I could go
Shit.
90s cartoons. Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
By Wednesdays is where we talk about it usually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've been watching some of the new DuckTales.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
With,
remake? The
Yeah.
remake's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I hear good things.
Yeah.
It's got David Tennant in it,
And Danny Pudi.
Yeah, that David Tennant caught me off guard.
Oh really? He's in everything now.
Yeah. So, anyways, see y'all next time. Have a good evening. Don't fall off of ladders, please.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Gravity's a bitch.
Yup. Oh, another note on that. I successfully didn't break any of the bottles. The entire case was unharmed.
I was gonna ask, but I forgot about it.
Yeah, the
Right on.
entire case was intact. The only injury was to my ankle. The bottles were fine, the case was fine, the box was fine. It landed on my arm, so it was kind of cushioned. So, yeah. Don't fall off of ladders. Especially not
Fair enough.
while carrying wine. So, diamond
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah,
All right.
Osprey Diamond Hands. I love it.
All right. We'll look at our options for Discord movie night. Just FYI.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Cool.
are thinking about
Good.
doing more Discord events for sure, whether or not it's movie night.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All.
See you next time.
Later.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.